outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Oh, there's Buster right behind me, so cute. Oh. Let's see. We're fitting in. We're fitting in. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel, Wrestling with Books, where today I am sitting at my computer. Buster is sitting on his piece of paper, and we are getting ready to talk about some of the upcoming book releases that we're excited for. I decided to start filming this when my husband was doing some work around the house with the hammer. So he's just gonna let me know when he needs the hammer, and then I'll stop, you know.
No, I'm good. You can have it.
Okay, great. So I got this idea to talk about some of these upcoming releases specifically for January 2022 because I saw on the Nerdy Narratives channel she did this for November, and I thought it was a lot of fun and really refreshing, a way to hear about some books I had not heard about yet, and by just doing for the upcoming month rather than for the upcoming year, it was a lot less daunting and you could get more specific with some upcoming books. That is what I put together today. When I put on my glasses, you're gonna see the glare of the computer, but you know, it's either that or I can't see. So I'll try to go back and forth. Okay, but the first book that is coming out, is it out already? No. Okay. I was like, did I mess this up already? And it is Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon, who was the author of The X Talk. The X Talk, I think you just hearing about it, has that microphone and the two people talking. I think they're like DJs who have to have like a fake relationship. She's the author of that book, and this time it's a TV meteorologist and a sports reporter who scheme to reunite their divorced bosses. And I'm sure what ends up happening is that they maybe fall in love instead. That's what I'm thinking. But sounds like fun. And you know, you gotta love having a meteorologist in a story. That's what's intriguing me about it. Now we're just gonna have just paper sitting in the bag because the cat's not there. I might move the paper. Look, when your baby loves packing paper, you let him sit on the packing paper. That's just how I operate here. We're following Ari, who is a meteorologist. She loves the weather, and her boss is a legendary meteorologist, and she ends up getting really distracted by her relationship with her ex. This is the famous meteorologist. And on top of that, her ex is the news department head, so to speak. So Ari and Russell, who is the sports reporter, come together to try and get them back together so that their jobs and experience can be better. Look, I remember once my teacher growing up, we could tell when she got a new boyfriend, and like, oh my god, the Valentine's Day unit we had it was a foreign language class was like incredible. She was so happy and then they broke up, and it was brutal. It was bad. So I get it. I get it. And that's why Weather Girl is on my list, and this is coming out January 11th, 2022. Next up, I have Electric Idol by Katee Robert, which is Dark Olympus #2. So Dark Olympus #1 was Neon Gods. And that told the story of Hades and Persephone. This time we have a scorchingly hot modern retelling of Psyche and Eros. I had to look up how to pronounce Psyche and Psyche. You let me know, because all the comments on the YouTube audio I got, which did not say Psyche, it said something else, like CK. I don't know, everyone was saying that it was really wrong. So it's like, I'm just gonna have to go for it, you know, and see how we do. So, we had that whole communication thing about the hammer and I missed it. My dad's calling me. I'm wondering if I should pick it up or not. I'll pick it up so this way he can hammer. Okay, so in this book, we have Oh, there's Buster. I'm distracted because I'm like, there's just, you know, I'm starting to, at the end of the year, I start to declutter. So when I'm filming from above like this, I'm like, oh boy. Okay, so in the book I read, it was Hades and Persephone, and it was like a kind of a modern way of having the gods in the universe and the gods in the world. You know, they were almost like socialites and Kardashians of their world. And here we're going to be going through Psyche, I'm just going to keep saying it like that, and Eros. And what we hear as the tagline is, he was the most beautiful man alive, and if I wasn't careful, he was going to be my death. So this falls under the romance category, and by romance, to me, that's like the sex scenes category. Like, that's what I mean when I say that it is steamy, as we say, that it has those types of scenes in it. This book comes out January 18th, 2022. I enjoyed Neon Gods, so if this came my way, I would not be mad at it, and I would read it. Next thing is a book titled 30 Things I Love About Myself by Radhika Sanghani. And this is not a self-help book. You can tell that by the cover, but by the title alone, at first I would pick it up as a self-help book. One thing I love, the main character is named Nina, so I think this is cool. And the tagline is, when a British Indian woman's life has hit rock bottom, she decides to change her stars by falling in love with herself. So I just, that tagline alone really got me. But now I'm looking even further, and it's like, Nina didn't plan to spend her 30th birthday in jail. Yet here she is in her pajamas, locked in a holding cell. So that gives Nina plenty of time to reflect on how she screwed up her life. I think this is just gonna be terrific. So as she's reflecting, a book lands in her cell called How to Fix Your Shitty Life by Loving Yourself. It must be destiny. So with nothing left to lose, she makes a life-changing decision to embark on a self-love journey. Love it. So by her next birthday, her goal is to find 30 things she loves about herself. I think it sounds magnificent. That's going to be fantastic. So this comes out January 4th, 2022. And I think it's something to add to your list. I don't always enjoy books set in Britain. For some reason, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe it's harder for me to relate to everything, but I think this is one that I will like, and it's obviously on my list. And next we have a compilation from Agatha Christie that is coming out this upcoming year. So it's called A Deadly Affair, Unexpected Love Stories from the Queen of Mystery. I actually haven't read any Agatha Christie before, and I've wanted to. So this book I got approved for on NetGalley. And if you're not on NetGalley and you're trying to find more digital books, I highly recommend it. As you can see, I don't have a huge following, but I'm able to get approved for titles that I'm interested in. So I definitely recommend giving NetGalley a shot. And this is a collection of stories about love gone horribly wrong to get your heart racing. So these are short stories that do feature some of her more well-known characters, like Miss Marple. So since I'm not familiar with them, I'm not sure if that's going to be a hindrance to me reading this, or if I'm going to have the same level of enjoyment. It comes out January 4th, 2022, so hopefully I'll be able to get to it. If not in January, this could be a fun February read, because it's kind of like dark love stories, so it could be fun for Valentine's Day. The next book is a debut, so that's really fun to have on the list. It's called A Flicker in the Dark, and it sounds like a really good thriller by Stacy Willingham. And when I read about it, it just has all those elements I like in a thriller. So we have a small town. Looking back, you know, when the character Chloe Davis was 12, 6 teenage girls went missing in her Louisiana town. And then by the end of the summer, her father is arrested for the crimes. So now we go, you know, it's 20 years later, Chloe's getting ready to get married, she lives in Baton Rouge, and girls from her town, her small town where she grew up, start going missing again. And memories of that summer start coming back to her. So, ooh, I'm reading at the bottom of this. This debut novel has already been optioned for a limited series by Emma Stone. Wow, way to go, Stacy Willingham. So this sounds like a really fun thriller. There's already some reviews that have come in and it has above 4 stars on Goodreads. Pretty exciting. One person says a taut, suspenseful, impressive debut. There you go. Add it to the list, guys. Next, we have a fantasy read called The Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn Tan. I think looking at this cover is what immediately grabs your attention because obviously, I mean, whoa, it's beautiful, but it's a debut fantasy inspired by the Chinese moon goddess. And it's a woman's quest to kind of free her mother. That tells the story of Xingying, who has been exiled to the moon because of her mother, who has stolen or tried to steal the emperor's elixir. It's an elixir of, you know, like eternal life, immortality. Then she begins to see that she has magical powers, which alerts people to her existence, and this is where the journey starts. So it sounds like something that will be really fascinating. It does say it is the first in a duology called the Celestial Kingdom. So it sounds pretty promising. As of right now, it has 4.39 stars on Goodreads with over 214 reviews, and it comes out January 11th, 2022. All right, guys, we got 2 more books I want to talk about with you. The next is called The Accomplice by Lutz, and I thought this premise was just really interesting as well, and it's a thriller, and this could be another fun warped Valentine's Day read. So everyone has the same questions about Owen and Luna. They're really close friends. How come they never became a couple? And then it adds this question, okay? Why do people around them keep turning up dead? I didn't need to read anymore. That had me intrigued. So that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. If it was enough for me, maybe that's going to be enough for you. And the last book on my list is one that I already started reading. This was another book I was able to get from NetGalley on audio, which is really cool. And it's from one of my top favorite authors. It's The Last House on the Street by Diane Chamberlain. I think I mentioned this in one of my tag videos earlier this month. But so this book has dual timelines. When I read the synopsis, I didn't feel it did justice to what seems to be happening. So, or at least the NetGalley synopsis I had. So this tells the story, dual timelines. We have Kayla, who is moving into a new community. She's the first house of the new community in Round Hill, North Carolina. And unfortunately, her husband passes away while building the house. They're both architects. So there's a lot of sadness around her. And this woman comes to her office knowing things she shouldn't know and telling her that she should not move there. So that's like the spooky intro. Then we start to get another timeline of a girl named Ellie who has decided to devote her summer. She's a white girl in southern North Carolina, and this is in the past. This is in the 1960s, and she's devoting her summer to try and help Black people register to vote. So that's causing a lot of controversy in her small town and a lot of conflict within her family and everything. And for a while into this book, I'm about maybe almost halfway through. It's a while before you even start to get ideas of how these 2 timelines and 2 stories are gonna come together. I'm starting to get pieces of it now, but I have a feeling that a whole lot more is going to happen. And I think that's what Diane Chamberlain is really, really good at. You always go in thinking maybe you know where she's going, and she never goes there. She goes somewhere so much better and crazy where you just wonder how her mind gets there. So I'm thinking and hoping that's what's going to happen with this one. It already has 579 reviews on Goodreads with a 4.39 rating. That's pretty exciting. And this too comes out January 11th. So those were some of the books coming out in January that I'm really looking forward to reading. I'm grateful to already have 2 of them. So hopefully as they come out, I'll be able to order and obtain more of them. But that's what we got for today. Look at that nice lighting the white screen was giving me. But I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Nina and my channel is Wrestling with Books. I am posting this as part of Vlogmas here on my 2 channels. I have this channel and my first channel, Wrestling with Disney. So I'll have a video up each day leading up until Christmas on one of these channels. There's a little more with Wrestling with Disney, but I'm catching up here. I'm catching up here with Wrestling with Books. Thanks for being here, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. If you like this, let me know, and we'll do it again for February. Why not, right? So, see you then.